everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Yeah, I can officially call it a channel starting from today because it is officially a video and not a podcast like I used to do. I want to say a very big thank you to every one of my 84 subscribers because I cannot imagine how you must have felt not being able to see the face behind the voice. But guess what? This face on your screen right now is here to stay for a very long time. So, as I would say, stay tuned and glued. Today, I will be speaking on something quite different after this short break. Well, that was quite short. Today's topic is learning to be appreciative. Personally, I always feel like I don't say thank you as often as I should, and I don't think I'm the only one. In fact, I am starting to believe that thank you is the most underappreciated and underused phrase on the planet. It is appropriate in nearly any situation, and it is a better response than most of the things we actually say. Now, let's talk about common situations where we say all sorts of things but should say thank you instead. You should say thank you when you're receiving a compliment. We often ruin compliments by devaluing the statement or acting overly humble. Internally, you might think that this prevents you from appearing arrogant or smug. The problem is that by deflecting the praise of a genuine compliment, you do not acknowledge the person who was nice enough to say something. Simply saying thank you fully acknowledges the person who made the compliment and allows you to enjoy the moment as well. For instance, a person walks up to you and says, "Your dress looks great." Instead of saying, "Oh, this old thing, are you just seeing it?" Try saying instead, "Thank you." There's something great and empowering about fully accepting a compliment. When you deflect praise, you can't really own it. But when you say thank you let the praise of the compliment sink in and become yours. Saying thank you gives your mind permission to be built up by the compliments you receive. And lest I forget, just in case you haven't subscribed yet, kindly hit the subscribe button and do that now. Thank you. So as not to digress further, you should also try to say thank you when you are late. Of course, being late is the worst. It is very stressful for the person who is running late, and it is disrespectful to the person who is waiting. It might seem strange to thank someone for dealing with your hassle, but that is exactly the correct response. Some people just stumble through the door and say, "Sorry, I'm late." The problem about this is that it still makes the situation about you. So instead, you should say thank you because this turns the table around and acknowledges the sacrifice that the other person made by waiting. You should say thank you for waiting. For instance, you stood up a person for a while. Instead of saying, "So sorry, I'm late, traffic was crazy out there," you should say instead, "Thank you for your patience." When you make a mistake, someone else often makes a sacrifice. Our default response is to apologize for our failure, but the better approach is to praise their loyalty and patience. You should thank them for what they did despite your error. We should also learn to say thank you when we receive a helpful feedback. Feedbacks can be very helpful, but we rarely see it that way. Whether it is an unflattering performance review from your boss or an email from an unhappy customer, sometimes we just want to get defensive. But this is not right because the correct response is to simply say thank you and make use of this information to improve. For example, a person says, "This work is not good enough. I expected you to do better." Instead of saying, "You don't understand, here is what really happened," you should try saying, "Thank you for expecting more of me." Or a person tells you, "I got some of your products a week ago and it's already broke. I am not happy with this experience." Instead of telling the person that, How did you use it? We made it very clear in our terms and conditions that this product is not designed to work in some conditions. You should try saying instead, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. Please know we are committed to becoming better. Can you share more information about the issue? Of course, nobody likes to fail, but failure is just a data point. You should respond to helpful feedbacks with thanks and make use of it to become better. You should also learn to say thank you when you're receiving unfair criticism. I know this might sound hard, as sometimes criticism is not even helpful, it is just mean and vindictive. I've spoken a while ago about how to deal with haters and criticism, but one of the best approaches is to say thank you and move on. When you thank someone for criticizing you, it immediately neutralizes the power of their statement. If it is not a big deal to you, then it cannot grow into a larger argument. Releasing the need to win every argument is a sign of maturity. A person on the internet says something wrong about you, and so what? Win the argument by the way you live your life. And mostly, you should say thank you when you're not sure of thanking someone or not. When you're in doubt, just say thank you. There's no downside. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Are you worried about showing too much gratitude? There's nothing like that. You should say thank you more often. Now, thank you very much for listening today. We'll meet again next week. Don't forget to hit the like button. Also, subscribe and share. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section. I always appreciate your feedback. We'll meet again next week. Bye.